everybody, Terrence Pop here with another episode from the Lair. Let's see, what did I do this week? Well, I took my kids on a road trip. It's the last little bit of summer before they go back to school. And if you guys who didn't know, I spent basically the past 5.5 years. I was stationed in New York State, and I was traveling from New York to Detroit, twice a month. It's 571 miles one way. So it's roughly 2,200 miles on my car every month for over 5 years to see my kids. So, I threw them in the car and we took a little road trip because I wanted them to experience the pain, okay? Driving 571 miles, it takes about 8 to 9 hours. Now, sometimes I would cut through Canada, it would be about 470. But you're really taking your chances going through the border. You can get caught in long-ass lines. A couple times I got my car tossed real bad. So now I have to say, fuck Canada. Yeah, they tore my car apart pretty bad. And then they have no obligation to put it back together. So it took me like 40 minutes to get it all unfucked. So, needless to say, fuck Canada. But it amazed me, the dichotomy of the mindsets of what's going on with my two daughters in regards to how they are at their mother's house and how they are with me. Because their mother has taken them on many road trips, to Tennessee and then Georgia and I think Virginia and North Carolina. And they stay in, very ritzy hotels and, do all of the, girly bullshit. I don't play that game. All right, so I threw them in the car, I turn on my tunes, we start rolling. Now, I should probably come up with an equation in regards to travel time with women, because when it's just me doing the driving, literally I drive between, 7 hours, 45 minutes to 8.5 hours. And that's basically just one stop to refuel and maybe throw a hamburger down your face. But with women, it took like 10 hours, 10 hours, 15 minutes. And, because they got to pee and then, they got to stop. And yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just the soldier in me that, that's mission orientated and they're not. But anyway, so we get at we get to Ilion, New York, which is where the Remington Arms plant is. I lived like literally up the hill from there for 3.5 years. Small town, very boring, very economically depressed. I mean, New York City is great and the suburbs are great, but the rest of the state is basically getting just thrashed by the fucking big cities and their politics, because they all have to follow what fucking New York district or whatever the fuck it is. They should make it its own state, so many people, but it's just fucking everyone up. So we wound up staying in my buddy's camper. It has it on a campground. He keeps it up there. It's like a cabin. And I was shocked at how upset my daughters were at this. I mean, it's not a big deal. It's a camper. It's got a shower, bathroom, stove. It's only I think it's 6 years old, so it's fairly new. And, they literally wanted to, chop my head off because I didn't tell them we were going camping. Well, that's not camping to me. Camping to me is you have one rucksack and everything that you need is in that rucksack and you walk to where you want to go, 5, 10, 15, 20 some odd miles. That's camping to me. So we did that. We went to the Herkimer diamond mines, broke up rocks, found some quartz crystals, which is pretty cool. Visited some of my friends out there. I lived there for over 5 years, so, the way it stands now, I've been there for over 10% of my life. Very good people. I really have nothing negative to say about the people there. I mean, a lot of them are good friends of mine, all veterans. One guy out there, Mike Sportello, saved my ass. I mean, it's like a brother to me. He helped me out in some real tough times, and I'm probably going to go out there and hang out with them, 2 to 3 times a year. And I'll probably try to time it so I can continue, stay there for a day or two, then go to New York City and try to get onto one of the, open mic nights at one of the comedy clubs in New York City. I understand it's pretty tough to get in there, but, I got to get my game going, so you got to drive. But, yeah, I was pretty upset about that. I basically jumped in their ass a couple times, not really super bad, not like the last statue I gave them. But when they would complain about it, I would look them in the face and just go, 5 years. 5 years. And my daughter's 16, so I'm like, okay, imagine starting right now what I had to do. You would be 21 by the time you're done, almost 22. That's a long ass time. And I really don't think, because they're young, that they really grasp the concepts of time and some other bullshit that goes on in the real world. Because I generally believe that they are coddled, and it's not just my kids. I think it's basically all of the youth of today are coddled to a degree which is making them almost utterly useless. Like single mothers, they're doing such a bang-up job coddling their kids, and they're running them right into prisons and the nut houses and graveyards in breakneck speed. And the fathers, which have been cut out of the equation, they don't do for you. They tell you how to do it for yourself. And learning that lesson in life of how to do shit for yourself is invaluable. It's like teaching them how to swim, which I was adamant about. My kids can swim because 75% of the Earth's surface is water, and hell, it even falls from the sky. So, rationally speaking, in the time you are here in your meat suit, you might have to navigate water. So, swimming is a must. And that goes for any other lesson in life. Using money, dealing with debt, buying a car, changing a tire, muggers, creepy dudes, how to use weaponry, because it is necessary, trust me. Fight with knives, Granted, I'm sure people will get upset when they find out, teaching my daughters how to cut people up and defend themselves with knives and guns and shit, but the real world is not a kind place, and I've seen the real world from the top down, bottom up, and every miserable goddamn layer in between. So that's pretty much it for what I was doing in the past week. The second part of this episode, I want to touch on this one article that somebody sent me, and it was just so infuriating because we hear all this bullshit about feminism and women, anything you can do, we can do better, and woman power, and they don't need a man, and blah blah blah. Well, in this particular study, I'll just read the first part off to you. Are women working too hard? Study calls for females to have shorter work week than men because many are on the brink of dangerous burnout. Seriously, dangerous burnout. Yeah, you want to cut down your hours. You don't want to work a straight 40 like a man. Hell, you don't even want to work more than 40. There's a lot of men out there who routinely work 55, 60-hour work weeks. Nobody gives a shit about them. They're killing themselves at breakneck speed. 94% of all workplace deaths and maimings are men. Nobody gives a shit about them. But these women who supposedly can do everything a man can do have to work less for the sake of equality. Okay, let's move on here. This part here, let's see. The weight of maintaining this balance act is increased exponentially over the past 2 decades, to the point that more women than ever are reporting feelings of exhaustion, anxiety, and depression. Thus, all the women on fucking head meds. Okay, Google it yourself. It's exploded in the past fucking 2 decades. But hey, they want to have it all. You can have it all, but you only do it all half as well. There's man shit, there's women shit. They come together to make a unit. If you don't want to fucking be a team player and you want to do it yourself, guess what? It's all on you, and it's all your fault. Okay. Move along. Let's see. Experts say that to create equality in the workplace, women should have shorter work week than a male counterparts. How is shorter work week equal equality? It doesn't. because math is brutal that way. 8 equals 8. 8 does not equal 7. 8 does not equal 9. It's just basic logic, which is basically removed from these so-called studies. Okay, let's see. A study published by the Australian National University found that the healthy work week for women should be limited to 34 hours compared to 47 hours for men. What the fuck is that? Are you fucking serious? It's not even 40 hours. But yeah, the 47 for men, that's almost 50 hours, but they can take it, right? Because there's equality. Bullshit. This is not equality. This is special treatment. Okay? Bullshit. Okay, these findings reflect the outside of work hours of women lose to traditional domestic responsibilities and caregiving duties. Don't have fucking kids. It's working out so great thus far. We're already at below reproduction levels. Fuck it. If you don't have kids, you don't have a fucking excuse. In fact, even if you have kids, it's not a fucking excuse, because the fucking women out there and the feminists are fighting in divorce court to have the children given to the woman. If they split it 50-50, hey, then the man has half the burden and the woman has half the burden. That's equality. But no, you want to whine and complain about all this additional shit that you want piled on your plate. Well, eat up. Okay. This means that a huge portion of women are operating at a consistent disadvantage to their male counterparts. It's called fucking work. Okay? Last time I checked, J-O-B was not spelled F-U-N. And this is a universal truth that I've seen through all my observations, that women tend to do what they fucking want to do, and men get stuck doing what they have to do. And what you have to do is not fun, it's not healthy, it fucking sucks, it goes on, it seems to go on forever, and you might just fucking die doing it, and at the end, when it's all over, you drop dead at the end. Guess what? That is reality. Anything other than that is shielding you from reality and is thus called special fucking treatment. I'm all about women's equality. I want them to get the rights and the fucking lefts, just like men do. Okay? Boom. All right. I'm sorry. I'm reading this off to you guys, but this really got me fucking. Whoever sent me this, you fucking hit the bullseye today. Because as soon as I read this shit, I was like, oh. And you can tell, and when I get really pissed off, I write fucking notes. And when I read it, so I don't fucking forget the stupid stuff. Okay, here we go. I love this one. Not all superheroes wear capes. So, okay, just read. Just stick with me here. Not all superheroes wear capes. Women have juggled professional and personal responsibilities for decades. You're the ones that wanted no-fault divorce in the 70s. You're the ones that, fought this fucking battle to do everything men do. Men do this shit all the time. In fact, it cuts their lifespans shorter. Okay? And now you want to be shielded from that, but yet you want to be the same. You can't have it both ways. Well, you can when you're in college and you're riding the cock carousel and flicking the tic-tac and licking box. So I take that back. Okay, let's see. Long working hours erode mental and physical health because it leaves less time to eat well and look after oneself properly. Wow, men have been doing this since the beginning of fucking time. Okay, running a fucking marathon with 100 goddamn pounds on your back, and if you should fall behind pace, you don't make it to the chopper extraction, or you fucking die, or both. Or worse, you have somebody else get killed because you can't fucking hack it. No, I'm not buying this not for a New York fucking second. Bullshit. Let's see. Because of the additional demands placed on women, Dr. Dine says that it is impossible for women to work the long hours often expected by employers unless they compromise their health. Again, men do this all the time. They pay for it with their lives, their health, and a shorter lifespan. Welcome to the world of motherfucking equality. Wham! Okay, let's see. Putting in long hours at the office can have dangerous consequences for your mental health. What is the solution? There is no solution. It's called suck it up and drive the fuck on. Take some Motrin, drink some fucking water, you'll be okay. You're not gonna fucking die. Oh, here we go. I love this. Experts recommend that women should work shorter hours in order to compensate for the unpaid jobs that they do every single day. When? Well, guess what? You don't have to do your laundry. You can wear the same shit for a few days. You don't have to clean your fucking house, as long as it's not unsanitary. You don't have to do a lot of fucking shit. Men fucking get by. They work their fucking balls off. I'm a pile guy. I do my laundry once to twice a month, you know. Sometimes less because, you know, Bad Pop fucks me on the laundry duties. You know, he tells me it's done and it's not. I mean, you know, what are you going to do? Let's see. In order, this is going to fucking flip you out right here. In order to achieve gender equality, working hour limits must be lowered. Co-research at the ANU Professor Lindell is deeply concerned that the impact of disproportionate working hours on women's mental health. Well, cry me a fucking river, build a bridge, take your fucking head meds, and get the fuck over it. Because men have been doing this forever. You want an equality, you want the rights. This is the lefts. The lefts, you don't see them coming, they cut you up real bad, and you don't really have a fucking say. You're gonna get punched in the face because that's what life fucking does. All right, moving on. Okay, here we go. Here's a poll. Do you think men and women need different working hour limits? Fuck no. They want the big kahuna, then you gotta pay the big kahuna prices. And that is blood, sweat, and tears, and usually years of your motherfucking life. Wah. Okay. It's going to be a slow and difficult process because it's a major social change. No, it's not a social change. Okay, it's called a brainwashing, it's called propaganda, and a psyop operation when you're trying to convince everyone that 34 hours is the same as 47 hours. No, it's fucking not. Sorry. Period. You don't want to work hard, ladies, or you don't want to work as hard as a man. Don't compete with a man in the man's fucking arena. All right? Stick to what you do. Find a good dude, stay married, work it as a team. You want to do it yourself? You get to do it yourself fucking problems. Sorry. All right, that's enough of my ranting for today, gentlemen. And please, if you have more articles like this, send them to me at redonkulous12@gmail.com. I also answer questions, give advice. If you want just email responses, I can do that. Or if you don't mind, I'll read them on the air. You know, just say, hey, it's okay if you read it on the air. Put my name in it or take it off. Okay, it doesn't matter. You know, I've run secondclasscitizen.org, and since 2008, I've engaged with over 6,000 non-custodial parents. A large majority of them are veterans, and half of those guys were on active duty or on active duty still. So this is no stranger to me, and it is what it is. And like I said many, many times before, if I can save one, it's all worth it. You guys take it easy.